welcome back to my channel. I'm live from Fukuoka Prefecture, Japan. How are you guys doing in the middle of the night? I'm late again. My husband is laughing at me. Don't blame me. I've been working so hard that I've been sleep deprived. Also, my sleeping schedule has been random. As my name says, random Yoko. And my stomach pain has been really, what's the word? ちょっと待って、あれ入れたっけ？公開にしたっけ私。Did I make it public? I don't know. 見える？ライブ配信。いや、そういう問題じゃなくて。Okay, okay, not good. Made it public, and look at my hair. It's not dry, so it's like it's not so beautiful. Not professional today, but I hope you guys are doing well. Hi Yoko and so on. Hey, thanks for coming. Hi, hello. How are you? So did you guys see my video? I edited it and made a video after forever. I hope you guys liked it. Yeah. Hello, Yoko. Hello. Thanks for coming. I know that it's late and it means a lot that you guys are here. Yeah. What should I talk about today? My live streams are basically Q&A. So, oh, my husband is fixing the green screen. I can't see because I'm seeing on my iPad and I can't really tell like it's in 4:3 ratio and I can't see. Wait, what is happening with, okay, it looks good. Okay. Everyone in Munich must be asleep by now or watching the Olympics. True! I was impressed by Shinjiro Koizumi's English. Of course, like she studied in America. And where did he go though? I don't remember the university name. But it was not Yale or Harvard, which is usually the case with like high-class people in Japan. But still, like he speaks natural English. So I'll later share that with you. I mean on X. So if you haven't, follow me on X. Our what's the foreign minister spoke with Rubio, and they confirmed like an unshakable, like a stable Japan-U.S. alliance. So that's good. And also, our government is gonna send a lot of money. Is it money or is it equipment to Ukraine? It's, oh yeah, for non-lethal weapons, Japan is gonna give 15 million euro. That's a lot of money, right? And what else? Yeah, what else? I also see our foreign minister and our defense minister eating like a sausage in the morning because it's held in Germany. And Rubio is shining at the conference. I see all the things, like I see like footages, of Rubio speaking, and I see that, like I realize like we are totally on the same page. And many are pointing out how his speech is different from J.D. Vance last year. But I guess though that the bottom line is the same, that Europe has to engage more, to contribute more for their own security. And but America will be there, Yeah. Hello from 米国。Hello。高市さんの勝利で動画ありがとうございます。便利な情報です。月さんの番組でおめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。 すごいですね。日本語すごいですね。Thank you. Congratulations on your populist leader. Thank you. Huh? Oh yeah. So if you thanks for the reminder that yes, I did get on the Matt Gates show on One American News Network, and I gave a little commentary there. It's about 2 minutes long, but yeah, I was so nervous that, and also like I couldn't catch the first question, and I had to make him like paraphrase at the very beginning, and that that's why I got like all of a sudden I got extremely nervous. Like, what am I doing? But but English is not my native language, and the news level English, the language is so difficult that like they use like big vocabulary that I don't usually use, and I'm like, what did you say? So I felt really, 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 really bad. But I hope that the commentary worked out. Yeah. So if you haven't, go check out One American News Network, and hopefully, I don't know, maybe they post it on YouTube. I haven't checked, but they kindly posted that, like my part on X as well, which I shared on X. So yeah, don't mind Momantai. You know Momantai? That's amazing. Were you serious, Yoko, on Matt's show? Yeah, I was, because I was so, nervous. And I was planning on, like, first of all, I made notes, a lot of notes. And those notes, are something that I base my opinions on in my latest video on this channel. But I was talking to my husband, he's like my producer basically, and he's my brain too. He's everything, right? In the direction, he's everything. But but yeah, so and he and I were talking, and he said that if they want like a serious like a academic opinion, then they would ask a Japanese scholar to get on the show, but they asked me. So we thought that, I should be more like this, right? But then I got on the show, and it's so serious that I realized, like, oh no, like I have to speak more calmly and not be goofy. So yeah, but I should have said that I really regret that. I should have said that, Takaichi crushed the old left. That is the very first thing I should have said, considering the channel's direction. But it's like, try and error kind of thing, that you have to just try, do it, and make mistakes and learn from it and do better the next time, if there's a next time. Yeah. Oh, Super Chat, thank you so much for Super Chat. Japan is back. Yes, exactly. The LDP president election, which took place last year, Takaichi used the phrase "Japan is back," right? And it has become the case. Like we are so back that it's amazing. But behind it though, like I posted on X, like I cut out like a little short part of the long video I posted on this channel, and it was about China, like how you cannot ignore the aspect of China, because Takaichi got in this like endless fight with China on a verbal level, after she spoke, like she answered a question in the parliament, and then China is like, oh, Takaichi is dangerous, she's militaristic, she's trying to expand and blah blah blah, while it's exactly what China has been saying or doing. But yeah, so the China and Takaichi, like there was a tension rising, but yeah, but because of that, I think that about 90% of Japanese people like do not find China favorable. We don't like China. By that we mean like CCP led China, and also the bad manners of Chinese tourists, which is usually the case, So we are sick of China because that's what happens when you are living right next to them. And so we all have like a personal experience or experiences with Chinese people, right? And it's often negative. And we have that kind of sentiment, right, on a daily basis. And then on the top of that, Takaichi talked about protecting our own country, and which was common sense to us, right? And then China was like accusing her for doing that, and that actually ended up boosting the popularity for Takaichi, because back when, for example, even Abe administration, the LDP's coalition partner was Komeito, which is pro-China. And so, like, even Abe couldn't really say bad things about China. Rather, his approach was that he didn't want to, like, the time was different. So what he was trying to do was to bring Russia closer, and also even China, and to avoid two fronts battle, and at the same time, hopefully to avoid fighting China. So yeah, so time was, and then so he was not really hawkish towards China, as many probably don't think of him like that, but yeah, that was the case. And so like people like conservatives like me were so frustrated with his approach, because just tackle China, but it didn't happen. But Takaichi is different. So like we had long years of frustration, and now Takaichi is just direct and strong, and also she is policy oriented. So she reflects what she hears from the people on her in her policies. So we have high expectations for that. So yes. Yes. 建国記念日楽しくお過ごしできました。Oh yeah, Japan became like 2,600, how many years? 80, なんだっけ86 years old. So yeah, but I don't remember how I spent that day. I think I was preparing for the interview by ON. But yeah, it's always a good day to celebrate our country's birthday. But it's not, we don't go celebrate like Americans do on Independence Day. Americans just love celebrating and having party and right? Japanese people are more like just so calm and modest, and we just sit in a ceremony and then eat some celebration foods at the end, like a red and white cake or rice cake or something, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Are you guys excited about your Independence Day this year? Because isn't it like 250-year anniversary? Like, you're gonna have so much fun. It will be. I bet that it's gonna be so like dynamic. Make Japan great again. Yes. Will Japan revise the old constitution to build up a much stronger military? Like, first of all, constitution binds us from having military forces officially. So what we are doing, but we do have self-defense forces, but we came up with that idea because in that way we can still have our forces under the current constitution that prohibits us from having, like a military, if you know what I mean. Like, we cannot attack first, What's the point of having having forces that cannot attack? We can only defend. We have to get attack first in order to attack, counterattack. So that's why when our self-defense forces fighter jets whenever China or Russia comes into our territorial space, or when they come around our territorial airspace, then our self-defense forces fighter jets have to, go do scrambles to fight against them, to push them away, right? It's said, and I bet that it's true, but like I haven't, like I don't get to see it, but I hear on the news that what we do is to two fighter jets go together, so that first one gets attacked and then the other one still do the job, kind of thing. It's ridiculous, right? So we want to change it, but the way how we are going to change it is like there are two ways to approach it. One is to add an extra article. It's not article, like a article, one more thing to claim that we possess Japan's self-defense forces. The another one is to simply remove the second one of the Article 9, which prohibits us from having the ability to attack and so on, attack and so on. So we don't know yet, like how LDP and their coalition partner, Japan Innovation Party, will do it, but we know that they're gonna change, like they will, make a draft for it, like how to do it. So, yeah. But Japan Innovation Party, though, I believe that they just want to get rid of the restriction from that constitution. So, yeah. And as for military power, as this says, that equipments, like military equipments, export, like we are gonna do it, but the judgment will be like strict, though. Like it's good, but also like we need to make sure that, like, the thing is that if we export our equipments, like military equipments, and then we are likely to be seen as that we are involved in the disputes overseas, right? Like we are basically backing one side by sending our equipments to basically to help them, and that's like such a involvement, right, in a war or conflict. So our government has been what's the word? 慎重にって何? We've been like carefully considering how to do it, right? Like the level and so on. So it's the problem that we are thinking about. Like we want to change the framework and, export, ease our restrictions to export, but at the same time, we don't want to send like a non-lethal weapons and so on. It's difficult. It's such a political decision, don't you think, that like which would be better to actually do everything, be the key player to get into it, help our allies and so on, or just protect our reputation and so on, by not directly getting involved, but it's more of a support from the back, and so that we can protect our standpoint in the international community and so forth, But then, like when you risk your country and fight together with your fight against your common enemy with your allies, then the trust with that country gets boosted, right? So that's the positive thing too, but at the same time, that is extremely risky. So Yeah, but the Japanese people, though, in general, like some leftists, the old left type, they misunderstand the Japanese situation. Actually, this is he House of Councilors, like upper house politician? He's a politician, like former talent, Japanese talent, and he belongs to the Social Democratic Party. And he was saying on a TV program or something that if you know, like he is scared that by the landslide victory, basically, that he thinks that if Takaichi says like, oh, let's go into the war, like let's start a war, and the Japanese people would follow her. That's his fantasy, you know, like that's his delusion. And all the people who were on the same show were like, no, like we will stop her. But so what that is a reflection though that Japanese people don't want to go into war, that they just want to, you know, protect, make sure that our country is safe. And in order to avoid, like prevent a war, you have to be prepared for war, just like everybody says. I think somebody said that at the Munich conference. Yeah. Anyway, American here. I'm incredibly proud of the Japanese for voting to take their country back. Thank you. Yes. So all the restrictions that our country has had, you know, whether it's constitution or economic frameworks as well, it have been creating the vicious cycle in our society. So from the political perspective, so she's changing that. So that's great. You know, like a fiscal year planning is even changing. You know, it's going to be multi-year system, and it's good, right? And also I believe we are having like a Japanese Doge as well, so that whatever funding, like a supplementary budgets, you know, for the left will be cut off. So that's good. The thing about Japanese politics is that the leftists are usually the elites here. You know, after the World War II, we got into this post-war regime where our proud history is rewritten. It's like deleted from the proud parts, deleted from the textbook, and we like our media had a press code imposed, and it prohibited us from saying negative things about other countries like America, Soviet Union, China, and so on. And so again, like it basically, you know, we can't state our opinion, and we have to do well with other countries, right? Like rather we would have to praise them. And so the war guilt imprint was there. And then yeah, so the textbook is bad. So if you get educated in the sort of like guilt imprinting system, then those who do well in the post-war regime system end up being like the opposite from patriots. They are like the leftists, basically. They're exactly like the ones in the United States who, you know, who are imprinted with white guilt and everything, you know, the guilt imprint does that sort of things, right? So it's, even though the kind is different, same thing in Japan. So yeah, we had that, all of that. Yeah. And why was I talking about it? Why did I start rambling about this? Yeah. Yeah. It's a little, the restrictions and so on, right? Yeah. So they, basically the elites here, even the media and the teachers, they're there to bind us, you know, because thinking that we are a bad country, and they don't want us to do anything much in the international community. But we've had enough, you know. So yeah. And I think the biggest thing that I have to tell you is that our political culture is changing. And what is notable is that, like, it's surprising to see the shift towards positivity, I would say. Yeah. In my opinion, like, this is just my opinion, that when I look at my own country's politics, I see the shift in the culture where, like, when Democratic Party for the People, when the party got popular during the, you know, the period when LDP was shifting towards more liberal policies, Democratic Party for the People rose. They got seats, especially in the upper house election and so on. And the popularity is just surged, among the Japanese society. And because the party leader Tamaki is so positive, and one of their slogan is to solution rather than conflict. And if you say that in Japanese, it has a good pun, like 解決 instead of 対決. So it's basically sound the same, it's pretty much sounds the same, like it rhymes well. So, but they have that. And so that's their culture. So they do not attack other parties as much as other parties do. Sometimes they have to, but it's rare the party leader and his aide does that. Do that. So it's been really positive, and I think that they started to cultivate this culture where it used to be that usually the culture had been that there are conservatives in Japan and leftists are opposing us, but leftists when criticize us, it's usually like it's really nasty, like name calling, name calling Abe as Hitler and the dictator and all sorts of things that the liberals in the US are doing exactly to Trump. The demonization was happening. They just attack on the ruling parties. And ruling parties, of course, when they're spoken to like that, they have to fight back too. So it's like such a negativity. And the leftists, when they cannot find scandals in the parliament, among the cabinet or the parties, they just make up scandals, Like Abe was accused of what he didn't do in the national diet, in the parliament for years, and it was a waste of time. And even though like liberals likes that, of course they are like non-political people who just generally do not like negative things. So we were already getting tired of that sort of like accusation in the parliament, because there are a lot of things in Japan that we need to discuss, like our infrastructures are getting old and we have lots of earthquakes and heavy rains and so on. So we need to think of how to maintain our society, even under the circumstances, and our technology is changing. So what are we going to do with the technology, and also to I don't know, to install that in administrative level too. And we have to discuss a lot of things. But when you look at the parliament, like what they're discussing in the parliament, it's all this like superficial attacks, and we were so fed up with that. But Tamagi, the leader of the Democratic Party for the People, he's starting this positive vibe in the political political parties. And then I think Takaichi knows that too, right? Oh, but before Takaichi, like Japan Innovation Party too, I think they were influenced by them as well. That they care about their slogans, their policies, and Japan Innovation Party too, they don't really like bash other parties. So those Democratic Party for the People, Japan Innovation Party, they're very positive. And Takaichi administration, was born, and Takaichi too. Like I hear a lot about what went behind the scenes of LDP's landslide victory this time. Is that Takaichi didn't want any negativity. That the message had to be positive. For example, like they are, like starting from last year or so, like our elections started to get influenced by social media platforms, and Takaichi knows it. So LDP, of course, started to make more, like a lot of videos to appeal to the voters on YouTube, X, and so on. And the woman who is in charge of that, like she's a politician too, but who LDP politician who is in charge of the marketing of the party, she was saying that Takaichi would make sure to, like she would tell her to make the message positive, and also the woman too made sure that that's the case. And I think it worked very well because I didn't hear negative things from Takaichi. She does recognize all the hard problems in Japan, but our generation today is kind of divided when it comes to like debates and so on. Like older generation, they like to fight, all the political fights and have debates, but younger generation, they're soft. They're soft, so they don't want to fight. They just want to talk it out, talk to each other like friends, because it's more productive and fun. And I think at the same time, Japan is becoming more like the West in a good way, because we use social media platforms from the West, and on those platforms you have to talk, right? And podcast and all the YouTube vlogs and so on are a thing here now, finally, as well. I've been doing that since like decades ago, like 20 years ago, I think. Yeah, exactly 20 years ago I've been doing that, but it finally came here like very in the last 5 to 7 years or so. Like it's a new thing, and when we do stuff like that, like the West, then we need to speak, right? Japanese people are more of a, like our culture, as I said before, is a non-verbal culture. We just sense everything by ourselves, like we don't say it, we just feel it, and then talk negatively behind the scene and do not directly confront the others. We don't say things because we cherish the harmony in the society, and we don't want to cause any trouble because of our feelings. So we just feel it and then let it go, But recently, though, I think the younger generations are changing because they say things. They speak much better than the older generation. Like they can form a full sentence, with a good grammar and so on. They know how to speak, because I think that is because now they consume a lot of YouTube videos and Netflix and everything. And so what they're doing is they're consuming a lot of presentations. So when you do that, you know how to speak, like, the composition and everything, the templates, a lot of templates in your head. On the top of that, AI is there, so they know how to, they can just ask the AI how to speak and so on, and they will give you the feedback, and they can do that, right? Like they don't even think by ourselves. Like AI, they have AI prepare all the sentences that they want to speak and so on. And so that's, I think, and by that, it's working in the favor of our society, because now we can like verbalize our feelings and so on, instead of just feeling it and just being angry, Instead of that, like we can articulate things so that we can communicate better, So that's a good influence from the West, I think. Oh, super chat, thank you. Oh, that's a lot. Thank you so much, always. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Yes, I am giving this, I'm doing this live stream for free. So all the free riders, please help my channel. Oh, super chat again. Thank you. Thank you. Nice spa. Thank you. Hide-san is cooking again. I miss the stove clicking sound. It makes me hungry when I hear it. I know you say that often. Yeah, he's in the kitchen or here. I don't know what he was doing. Maybe washing the dishes. He washes the dishes. So he does a lot of the house chores. Yeah, yoga in front of a green screen. Yeah. You know, earlier when I was coming onto this stream, I saw like a green screen function on this iPad that I'm using. And I even picked the picture and I was like, yay. And then when I came back, it was gone. The feature is somehow gone. And I don't know where it is. So weird. Yeah. I also want like an iPad stand so that like this always goes on the back. Like I want the direction, you know, to be like this so that my face doesn't look gigantic, but it always go like this. So I need a proper stand. I think I'm gonna buy it, but you guys help me financially. Oh, I know that sound. He's gonna boil the eggs. That's the egg pack. Opening an egg plastic thing. And that's also the sound often which wakes me up in the morning. Have you heard of Ogawa Jr.? He became the new leader of CRA. Yes! Where was it? Junya Ogawa is the new, here, on the front page from yesterday. This is Ogawa. He's 54 years old, so younger than like usual politicians, you know. A lot of our politicians, like key players, are usually in the 60s, 70s, even in the 80s. So, yeah, Aso, I think, is 80-something years old. But yeah, so like it's good to see a younger guy, like really fresh, you know. And also he is very passionate. When you see the footage of him, like from when he was younger, he's like, rah, 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 rah. He's shouting, very passionate. But he's a liberal, though, of course. So Constitutional Democratic Party and former ruling party, former ruling party Komeito got together, formed this centrist reform alliance, the new party together to fight the election. But they lost a lot of seats. So did they lose like 118 seats and they only got 49? But a lot of it comes from the proportional representation, and they actually, the only people who got the seats through the single member district system, it's only 7 people. It's such a disaster. Yeah, but anyway, it's good though that they renewed the leader. I thought of something that I had to say. What was I gonna say? So Chudo, he's young, right? I thought of something, like I was gonna say it earlier, and then I was gonna say it now, and I forgot again. There's something I need to tell you, but I forget. But yeah. Oh yeah, but this problem though of centrist reform alliance is that they have this party only among the House of Representatives, meaning lower house only, and House of Councillors, upper house, and local districts, like a, like a city level politicians and so on, they they belong to Constitutional Democratic Party or Komeito. So they basically got together for the election, and as anyone can see, and so they are probably thinking of dissolving the new party they just established, and they are having this scapegoat. They're still keeping their original parties to be able to escape from this, but I don't know what's gonna happen. Exactly, the issue is written here on the editorial, that like what's going to happen to the upper house and the local organizations. Yeah. Oh, super chat, thank you so much, Brad. Always thank you. Congratulations on the Japan medalist in the Olympics. More Kaori Sakamoto content needed. She's really like playful and positive, and she's such a good skater. Yeah. I do see what's interesting is that I didn't know that Japan had so many good athletes, like top level in winter sports. This from today. Gold. And then so this guy's gold and the other guy is bronze. Yes. And then figure skating too. It's amazing. This mascot is so cute. So cute. I actually saw it in a bookstore the other day. I wanted to get it, but it was so expensive. Like it's a small and it costs like 2,700 yen. So like what, 15 or something for you? Yeah. Yes. What's interesting though is like this type of like a snowboarding type of sport. If you look at the names of the athletes, you can't even read their names because that's the culture, like they're more, I don't know. Like I can't even read their names. So I realized like Japan is Japan, but there are lots of different kinds of people in our country. Yeah. Does that happen with your country? Like the popular names, like younger people tend, or less like traditional people, they name their kids in a really unique way. Yeah. Oh, スーパーチャットありがとうございます。いつも拝見してます。ありがとうございます。ピンクブーブー。かわいいな。Pink Boo Boo. That's a cute name. You were good in OS in Sapporo winter. Oh, Sapporo? I don't remember. What was really like? What was really impressive? Like what? Like I have a strong memory from Nagano Olympics. I think that was Nagano, when the skiers go like pew, jump like it's a ski. I don't know why it's called ski, and then you slide down and then jump. And Mr. Funaki did a good job. I was like 11, and I saw that in school. So like I remember that vividly. Yeah, late 90s. Yes. Why China so bad this year? Oh yeah, I don't see China much. And weren't there more like figure skaters from China too? Maybe the economy. Who knows? Yeah. Let's see. I love the shift that they finally booted out the Buddhist Komeito. They were in the Communist parties, but they still have upper house seats, so they need to recruit candidates to run against them. Exactly. So we are all talking about Takaichi's landslide victory, but it's only among the House of Representatives, meaning lower house. So upper house still remain the majority. LDP is still the minority. So even though, of course, they can override the rejection from the upper house right now by the victory, but still, like, if you want to revise, like, if she wants to revise our constitution, then it has to be the 2/3 of both houses, and the other one is still don't, they don't have that number yet. So that's why she needs to win the presidential race of LDP, like as a party, next year in September, and then the following year in summer they're gonna have the House of Councillor upper house election, and she needs to win massively there so that they can go on. But the interesting thing though is that I was just listening to this interview by of this former politician, like a national level, maybe upper house guy, but he was close to Abe, I guess, and he heard the stories from Abe that he formed a long, Abe had such a long tenure, like his administration lasted in the longest in the post-war history, and but the thing is that Abe's strategy was to compromise a little bit, in order to gain support and do like a, give and take kind of thing, so he gave a lot in advance, even compromising here and there among his party first to build up his base, and then bring what he wants to do the most towards the end of his term, so that they will have to listen to him. And the long administration is there for that. Like, it's a long foundation building and then doing things at last with the investment, if you know what I mean. So that's a really good insight, because I knew that, like I kept saying to you, that Abe used to compromise a lot to be a realist, but it didn't end there, that he wanted to bring something towards the end. I don't know what it was though, but yeah. See, ski jump, back hopping in Swedish. Oh, interesting. That reminds me, Nicki Minaj is MAGA now. Yeah, I heard. The Democrat Party treated her disrespectfully, so she switched like Elon. Is that the reason? She has many followers. I know, like millions, right? But isn't she the singer who made a song with a Japanese rapper or something? I don't think that I liked her music. but if that's the case, like, more the merrier, right? That's good. Like, influencers are important in politics. What I see sometimes is that our politicians, like parliament members, they go on like weird YouTubers channels, and usually, like, you would never expect that sort of like a combo, like what's it called, a collaboration. But it's been happening in these past few years, and I know that is because those YouTubers have numbers, So if you subscribe to my channel and boost my number, I might be more influential in my own country. Just putting it out there. Do you know which parties got the leftover 13 LDP seats that they did not have enough candidates to fill? I think like Reiwa got one. What else? I bet the CRA too, right? 比例の余った議席はどこに行った？ many parties, right? 6 went to CRA, constitution, not constitution, what's the word? what's it? Centrist Reform Alliance. 6 went to Centrist Reform Alliance. 1 went to Reiwa, right? Yeah. Yeah, we don't even know. It's so bad because like Reiwa got one, like super leftist party received 1 seat from the LDP. Yeah, they were supposed to. Like our voters didn't vote for them, you know. They don't deserve a seat, but LDP didn't prepare enough. So sad. Like we should have just destroyed that party. But she does have some controversies in her past, but it's interesting to see them all show up. Definitely worth talking with them and understanding their perspective. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It is interesting how things change. Yeah. But usually, like, you are, like, when you get educated in school, you know, in developed countries, you end up becoming a liberal. And when you mature, though, as adults, after having a family and so on, you realize that you were wrong. And that power is important to protect your country and thus your family and that sort of things. And what sounds nice in your ear doesn't mean that it's good. And you learn that while getting older. So, yeah, it's so interesting. I'm like that too. You know, I was super like liberal leaning, but I learned that though. One day I just had the capacity to understand the politics, which I thought was impossible to do when I was younger. But what's interesting is that as I get older, and so I've been in this field for over 10 years now, like it's like I got into politics in 2012, right? That's when I started to create content in political content. Today is 2016, 14 years? This year is gonna be 14 years. Like, what? I'm getting old. That's true because I was in my 20s and I'm 40 now. Oh. That's crazy. But yeah. And then I realized though that as I get older and when I look at politics, I realized that what sounded hard to my ears when I was younger aren't even hard, like difficult. It's just that sometimes the expressions are difficult, right? The lingo, you know, just the terms and so on are difficult. But after you learn like a basic way of speaking or writing, then you realize the content of what they were saying isn't even difficult. And it's so weird. Like, I'm realizing that now. And I realize that all the politicians and so on, they, like, of course, there are extremely, really, really smart people, like, you know, and then also their abilities is like, they're like walking AI, you know, those who studied in Harvard or Tokyo University, that sort of like people are really smart, but their smartness is more of a intellectual people with wisdom, like knowledge, and it's different from being smart, if you know what I mean. So, like, even if you have knowledge, if you don't know how to use it, then that goes to waste. Like, it equals to that you don't have it, right? So, yeah, it's interesting that, yeah. So now I'm like, I need to install more knowledge, though. Yeah. Anyway, no more super chat. I know that it's late though, but I'm like, right now, as I speak, I'm actually enduring in pain. my stomach hurts so much. It's probably just gas. gas moving around. I'm like, ugh. And I need to walk. I'm considering buying like a walking machine for my place because I cannot always go outside. Like I don't have the time or the weather is bad, but I still want to walk for my body. Like I need to. Like it's not want to, I need to. Part of getting older, right? So I'm considering buying one. Like probably if I pay like 200,000 yen, maybe I think that I can buy one. So I hope that you will support me. I need a walking machine. Anyway, that's crazy that LDP could not have enough candidates. No, it's not that they could not. They didn't expect this landslide victory. So they had more candidates than they assumed, but they it just went beyond the assumption. So American would not understand the system when they give away seats to other parties for free. Yeah, they're missing the beginning of the stream, but you can tell story of how you got on the network and my get show. I just got on it. No, they reached out, so that was great. I think they noticed. Maybe I didn't ask, but maybe because I had the exposure on Austin's channel. Do you guys know Austin? Is it Peter Sen? Peter Sen. He's a libertarian guy, I believe, and I went on his show before. I got on his show again, and it was right after that, and with the same kind of topic. So maybe it's the power of X. Who knows? Yes. Anything else? What did I put in the title today? This and what else to talk about? Oh, I want to talk about economy. So Takaichi wants to push, like, in order to make Japan strong and prosperous, of course, we need to reform our economic system. And there's this thing that she's trying to push. So I asked ChatGPT to summarize it in a really easy way to understand. So I'm gonna read it to you. Okay? What? It wants my password for super chat, and I'm in bed. I promise I give it next time. Thank you. That happens, I know. If you're like, if your phone or computer don't remember that, yeah, it's such a such a hard work. That has happened to me too. Thank you though for saying that. So okay, on the economy. So here's it's short. I'm gonna read it to you. First, a refundable tax credit, right, which would combine income tax cuts with direct cash payments. If a household's tax liability is too small to fully benefit from the deduction, the remaining amount will be paid out in cash. The goal is to provide targeted support to low and middle income earners while creating a permanent structured system. Second, a temporary consumption tax cut is being considered as a short-term bridging measure. It will provide immediate relief from inflation, but it is expensive and less targeted since a higher income households also benefits. Third, a national policy forum, often described as a national conference, may be used to build a broader political consensus on tax reform, fiscal sustainability, and long-term social security financing. In short, the framework is short-term relief through a consumption tax cut, followed by a permanent shift to a targeted refundable tax credit system. So that's what she's trying to do, right? So like instead of like she is trying to make a refundable tax credit system so that they can cut the tax cut, like income, they can do income tax cuts and then directly send cash to, fill in the blank. That, yeah. So that's good. That's good. They were talking about consumption tax cuts during the election campaign, but it doesn't really it rather worried people, in the economic field. So yes, I'm so distracted by all the sounds, all the noise my husband is making. He's doing something. Okay, anyway, it's been an hour. Oh, it's 5 here. Should I go for a walk? I guess I need to. My stomach really hurts. Walking machine costs $200. If you want my streams to be longer, then buy me a walking machine so that I can talk to you while walking. It would be cool, right? I would have to buy like a tall desk too, though. Tall desk, walking machine, and then I'll talk to you like this. 一番安いのはそう1万5,000とか2万とか最低限 By the way, your YouTube video was very rough and informative. Thank you. Many were surprised that it was not on a live stream. I know. I bet that the notification went. So it must have taken some work to prepare. Yes. Yeah, I was preparing for the interview by Matt Gates. And I had a lot of notes. What I do usually when I get interviewed is that I ask them what it's for, and also what kind of program, so that I know the style, and then I ask them the questions in advance because my English is not my first language, so I need to, beforehand I want to learn how to phrase it. It's not just the terms, but also how you deliver the sentences, because in politics or like a business level or like a high class speaking is different from like this type of speaking. So I want to know the exact words. So I want to put together the sentences beforehand. So that's what I do. But I was clueless this time. So I prepared a lot, and I wanted to, I didn't want the notes to go to waste, So that's why I spoke it. That's why my expression is kind of difficult or like more formal, in the video. I don't usually speak like that. I don't know how. Why can't you just start walking aside and just talk like you're on a long phone call? I wish I could do that, but I don't have the Wi-Fi. It's a cell phone level, and I can only spend several gigas. So, and also it's not safe to do that, I guess. You should live stream your work for us. I do want to do it. Can you guys buy me a Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi contract. It would be cool. Business expensive Wi-Fi, yeah. It would be nice. I've considered that. But the thing is, I almost did that. Was it like a few weeks ago? Or no, last month, I think. It's February, so January. I did, my contract with my phone company is that I have a set gigabytes that I can use, and then usually my contract is bigger than I usually use, so I still have a few left. So I thought I could do that in the park, take you guys to outside. I thought about it, but then it was so cold that I gave up. No, not gonna happen. It's too cold. But now that the weather is getting better, yeah, I hope to do that. How much data per stream usually? I don't know. Hopefully it's only a few hundred megabytes instead of gigabytes, I think. At least like to watch a video, it's usually I think 300 megabytes or something. I don't know. I wonder how all the streamers, like annoying foreigners in Japan, I I need to ask them, like I need to go approach to them, like, hey dude, how do you do it, man? Did you ever get the AI training gig? If not, what are you doing now? What do you mean? AI training gig? What do you mean by gig? AI training? What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm pressuring my stomach, by the way. This is what I do when my stomach hurts. I'm like, "Arr, move." A job, my deal with SoftBank says they have unlimited. I would never use SoftBank. Unstable and they unstable, and also they usually scam you. I don't trust Masayoshi-san, even though he's, basically like selling himself to Trump, and Trump likes him, but he's always about the talk, and he's like sketchy. His business is sketchy, so I don't want to be part of it. Yeah. What do you mean AI training work? What? What do you mean? Yeah, SoftBank, no, because SoftBank became problematic the most after the big Tohoku area earthquake, the Great East earthquake happened. So when that happened, everyone was horrified. We were all shocked, and we wanted to, and at the same time, we wanted to do something, So a lot of donations happened. And the top guy of SoftBank, he was one of the people who collected money, and he had like a billion yen or so, like such a big amount of money he collected, but we don't know where he went, and he does stuff like that, and he talked about all the business plan for the U.S. with Trump, but we are like, is he gonna disappear again? Like, we don't trust him. So yeah, short-time job. No, I can't. I can only work when politically asked, because like I have this condition. I have ulcerative colitis, and I have no idea. It's like I need to get into the good routine, but because I'm into politics, and especially I work with people overseas, like sleeping schedule go randomly, and that actually do harm to my body, right? And I need to be able to sleep whenever I want, and so on. So I cannot get a normal job. Yo, Alex Cristoforo of the Duran Records is his monologues while walking Cyprus every day, then uploads them. I don't think he live streams. Records his monologues while walking. I see. Yeah. Some people like a live stream on Twitch and so on. Pink super chat. Pink super chat. All of a sudden my stomach is easy. Seriously, it is happening. Like I do feel it's like relaxing, and it's like lifting up. This is so interesting. You just fix my stomach ache with the pink super chat. Happy belated Valentine's Day! Yay! Thank you. So true. I miss Valentine's Day. Man, like I feel seriously, man. I feel a little bit better all of a sudden. A lot of it comes from like mentally, right? I feel pressured all the time. So, and like I'm actually stressed mentally on many things. I notice a lot of things and I'm really critical of myself usually. So, thank you. You might have just fixed my stomach ache. Seriously, I'm not joking or exaggerating. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ah. I'm gonna cry. Thank you. Husband さん、いない間にピンク色が飛んできた。Thank you. Thank you. Wow. My husband is, oh, he always supports the channel. Yes, thank you so much. I feel a lot better in many ways. Thank you so much. Whew, whew, whew. Like, see, you can see me relaxing now. It's so cool. The talk online says that Takaichi will give Ishin a cabinet position. Oh yes, but who will lose their cabinet seat? We don't even know if, like it's not gonna be probably. It wouldn't. In my guess, it's not a seat where it's like a very fundamental, like a key role. It wouldn't be like a defense ministry or finance ministry, that sort of things probably. But we have like a spots inside a cabinet, but it's like usually really long name, which doesn't really matter. We do have spots. It's still a minister, but it's not a big minister, and so maybe they will get one of those. Yeah, Yoko is happy. It's easy to make me happy. Yeah, just feed me or give me money and I'll be happy. I love foods too. Whenever there's good foods, I'm like, ah. And whenever I want to eat more and there's food, I'm like, ah. I think I'm like a dog. Oh, food. Yeah. Seek medical advice. I am seeing a doctor. I have my doctor. I just went the other day, and it was great because he gave me or like a subscribe. Is it subscribe? What was the term? He just treated like a new medicine that I had never tested before, and it's just one day. I went yesterday, and the new medicine worked quickly, so it's really good. But still, I get gas. So sorry for the nasty conversation. Too much information. But it's easier to just say things to you because I don't want to go around it because it would only confuse you. So yeah. But for me, my condition, and like it said that I don't have, Japanese researchers are saying that like those who have ulcerative colitis among Japanese people, it's like we don't have enough T cells. It's called T cells. Like we can't make those or something like that. So it would be better to feed the microbiome in order to be able to create that and that sort of things. And there are many different aspects, but for me, I know that it's the sleeping schedule and lack of exercise. Those are the biggest. Like I've had this for over a decade now, so I know the patterns. And then also when seasons change, my autonomic nervous system, it it goes like it gets like a bug, like it gets issues. Like I can't adjust my body temperature and so on easily. So yeah, I think so. For that reason, I should probably stay away from the internet, or like blue light stuff too, and just live like a normal human being. But I'm a night owl with the internet, and that's me since I was 15 years old, and I'm 40 now, and it's hard to fix that. But yeah. But I do feel the push though. Like my body cannot do it, like do live like this anymore. So I need to change. I need to seriously change if I want to keep contributing to this field. Then I need to have energy, right? When this good politician, conservative politician, when he came to help my husband. Like my husband ran for elections many times, all failed. But one guy came and I asked him, what is most important for to be a politician or being a politician? What is the most important thing for politicians, right? And I was expecting like ideology and that sort of like approaches and so on. But he said that the most important thing for politicians is energy, like energy of your body. So I was like, what? I didn't get that as a 20 something years old. Now I get it. Oh, super chat, thank you. ようこさんの税金でしょ。そうですよ。そうです。税金です。I'm gonna collect the tax money from you. Thank you so much. Takaichi senpai needs to focus on affordability. I think one way to do that is to revitalize dying towns in Japan. Yeah. We have a minister for that, actually. Do you give husband-son chocolate for Valentine's? I thought about it yesterday, but I had a lot of medicines with me that on my way home, I was gonna buy him one, but my hands were full. I just came home. But yeah. But we are Americanized, so hopefully he will give me instead of I give him. Yeah. Poor husband-son never gets chocolate, but on a daily basis, he buys me chocolate. Yeah. Thank you so much for super chat. I appreciate it. Colorful chat section makes me happy. Thank you. You're immunocompromised. It's immune system problem. Also, ulcerative colitis is that thing that we have problems with our autoimmune system. Yeah. Just so you know, like Japan, like Westerners probably think by themselves to fix their problem, and all the strong medicines are available in drugstores. But Japan, we rely on doctors, and we have social insurance system to cover the medical fee. My medicines and so on are actually super expensive. I was paying by myself at the beginning, but because my symptoms were lighter before, but it got a little bit worse, and then I had my expense got big as well. So then I applied for this program to treat people basically they cover your fee after a certain amount of money. So that's why I can keep going on with getting treatments. So I'm really thankful for all the Japanese people who are paying the tax money. I'm one of them, but it's really, I don't know if I could survive in another country with my condition. Yeah. Do you have that annual check where they put camera down on your throat? That was one thing I don't miss about Japan. I'm self-hired, so like I'm not hired by others. I do business by my own, right? Like this and all the commentary and so on. So yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that if you are hired in Japan, then you get an annual checkup. But if you're not, then you gotta do it by your own. And I do go see doctor frequently. So yesterday too, I gave my blood, and yeah, so that's the case. So if you have a symptom, like some kind of disease or some kind of symptoms, then you go to doctors. So that sort of people actually survive longer and they're better, even though they have conditions. They're actually better. Those who do not get checkups and those who think that they are in a good health, all of a sudden they just collapse. They just fall down, and yeah, because they don't know, they don't get the checkups. So it's interesting when you think about it. Yeah, but yes. But I've never actually had that stomach thing. I have like they have tested my stomach like environment, but I have only got X-ray and that's all. But for my intestines, like for like down or lower side of my stomach intestines, I use the cameras sometimes. Are you originally from the Fukuoka area? Yes, born and raised. I only spent 4 years in Osaka because I went to a university located in Osaka, but that's it. And other than that, I've been in Fukuoka all my life. Poor Hide-san, no chocolate. Yeah, but he always buys ice cream for himself, like Biden does. Hide Biden. My husband just said that like basically talking about if I was not married kind of thing. I should have gotten like a lot of chocolate, but in his dreams, only in his dreams. Oh, a lot of girls would have given me chocolate, but he just said that. He had a he went to Virginia when he was high school, were in high school, homestay, like a Christian family. He went to a Christian family. He homestayed, and he said that he got a letter. Of course, I remember. He got a letter from a white girl, and he didn't know what it meant, but basically she was asking him out. And he didn't know English, good enough English that it looked like a snake on the card, but it actually meant that she likes him and she wanted to date him probably. But he didn't get it, understand it. So he kind of regrets it. He could have gotten some kind of experiences. But yeah. Yes. Let's see. Which Japan rural areas can be utilization better for the economy? Yeah. Like we have a lot of like vacant houses. Like older people no longer live there, and there are houses. But it's dangerous though, because it's been years after they bought a house, so it's not strong enough to sustain itself in like big earthquakes and so on. So there are like foreign influencers who are pushing like, oh, it's a good real estate to buy houses in Japan, but I don't recommend it unless there are people who can do like do it yourself kind of thing, that they fix their house. So if you can do that, that might be a good investment. But you gotta make sure of your safety. It's not safe in Japan. Like, right now, or just the election time, the snow was like we had heavy snow in the side of Japan, Sea of Japan side of Japan, if you know what I mean. It's not that Pacific not facing Pacific Ocean, the Sea of Japan side. Lots of snow, and right now it's all of a sudden today, for example, the temperature went up all of a sudden, and then of course it's melting, right? And that could kill you. And it's like so much snow. I bet that from your country too, if you are from the US or elsewhere. But it can crush your house too if it's old. And so even snow is dangerous. And we have heavy rains, that stays in your region for hours and hours, and massive rain. And it does harm your house as well. And a lot to think about when you live in Japan. Immune deficiency syndrome. Yes. Oh yeah, it's getting dark. Should I go for a walk? I think I should go for a walk. Because yesterday, did I go out yesterday? Oh, I went to the clinic. I mean, there are days that I don't even go out, and I need to change that. I was walking a lot in the fall season, but then New Year came and it became cold, and I was busy too, so I stopped that routine that I was newly establishing. This year, I need to walk. I should walk. Should I walk? Go for a walk? Oh, whoa. That's why Japan can save money on national health insurance. No money, more monthly or annual checkups, no preventative care covered by insurance. That's for in America. Oh, you mean like if we get checkups and do it early on, then we don't have to spend too much in the long run, or I don't know. West Virginia is for lovers. Oh, really? Cool. I almost went to Virginia Tech, by the way. I enrolled into this university in Osaka simply because through the university you can become an exchange student, and I was hoping for that, and I did apply for the program. I got into the program, and I almost went to the Virginia Tech just because my online boyfriend at the time was in Virginia. Such a wrong reason to apply for universities, but yeah, I was so young and naive. I was so stupid. But it paid off though, like all the, at least like I studied English, and this guy actually helped me enhance my English from the very beginning, like he was speaking very slowly to me at the beginning, so I was able to catch every single word. And then on the top of that, I started to study by my own, and it got better, and yeah. Anyway. Yes, go for a walk. It's very important for your overall health. Yes, I use a fancy treadmill myself. Oh, I'm jealous. I want to. Like if I'm in a better health, then I can do more things, and give you more information, more content, and it will create a good cycle. I need to invest for my body. Is it okay to go? I gotta go. I think I'm gonna go. Okay. But this shiny $50 pink superchat is still shining in on this screen. In Hawaii, we talk slow, and mainland people say we cut off words. Huh, interesting. OK 行くか My husband just turned off the air conditioner, or is it called heater? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for my health, and so that I can, do more for you. I'm hoping to make another video because you guys like the video version. So yeah, if I actually put on my vision board, that which I created for this year for the first time. I put like 100K subscribers on it. So then you need to, make videos, right? So I'm gonna do it. Predictions for the week. There will be a talk with, is it this week? Like very soon, I think I read that, Zelensky and Putin, or maybe lower people are gonna, like Ukraine and Russia will have a meeting, I think. So we might hear stories about that. Yes. Thank you so much for your attention and your view time and your super chat. Thank you so much. And all the free riders. Just, I hope you guys thank those who gave me super chat. It's because of that, like, of course I want to reach out to you all the time, but like financially I need to stand by my own too. So I really am thankful. Thank you. Follow me on X if you miss me. I'll be there. I should post more. Okay. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna miss you. Bye. Have a good night. Bye. Oh, my gigantic thumb.